Direct here, we're going to look at how to factorise a quadratic with a coefficient on the x squared, method 2. Now this is a method that always works. For example, if you look at this red question here, you wouldn't want to start doing this by trial and error because there are so many possibilities to give you the 12x squared, and there are a few possibilities to give you the 6 as well, so you'd end up having to check a whole load of different possibilities. So I wouldn't want to do that by trial and error. I'd use this new method. Okay, now if you want to work ahead of me, then you could write down these two examples, pause the film, have a go at them, and then play the film. Right, let's look at how to split the x term to enable you to factorize this red expression here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look for two numbers that multiply not to the 6, but multiply to the coefficient 12, the coefficient of the x squared times 6. We're going to look for two numbers that multiply to 72, because that's what 12 sixes are, and add to 17. Okay, now my two numbers which multiply to 72 and add to 17 are 9 and 8, of course. 9 and 8. Doesn't matter which way around you think of those. And so I'm going to rewrite the quadratic expression, but instead of writing 7 plus 17x, I'm going to write plus 9x plus 8x plus 6. So I've split that middle term there. And now I'm going to treat this as two halves, and I'm going to factorize each part of that. So my 12x squared plus 9x, I can take 3x out of that, leaves me with 4x plus 3. And my second expression there, if I were to factorize that, I'd take 2 out of it, which leaves me with 4x plus 3. Now, that's what I really needed, because I need both of these brackets, the 4x plus 3 brackets, to be the same. Because now I've got 3x 4x plus 3s and 2 4x plus 3s. So altogether, I've got 3x plus 2, 4x plus 3s. And there is the original expression factorized. And you could just multiply this out in your head and check that. Yes, I am going to get 12x squared. I am going to get 6 at the end. My nose gives me 8x. My mouth gives me 9x, gives me 17x in all. Okay, now, sometimes you have to be quite clever with your signs, quite flexible with this. So let's have a look at this blue example here. Again, I'm going to find two numbers that multiply to the product of the a and the c. So they're going to multiply to minus 18, and they're going to add to 3, the coefficient on the x. Now, my two numbers that do that are, and again, it doesn't matter which way you write them down, but my two numbers are 3 and minus 6. Okay, plus 3 and minus 6. Right, so I'm going to rewrite my quadratic expression, but I'm going to write, instead of plus 3x. Okay, now sometimes you have to be quite clever and flexible with this method, with different signs. Let's have a look at this blue example here. Now, again, I'm going to find two numbers that multiply to give me the 9 times the minus 2, the a times the c. So multiply to give me minus 18, and add to give me the coefficient on the x, add to give me the 3. So in this case, I'm going to be looking at, what's it going to be? It's going to be 6 and minus 3. Okay, right, now I'm going to rewrite my quadratic, but instead of writing plus 3x, I'm going to write plus 6x minus 3x, and copy down my minus 2. And again, I'm going to think of this as being made up of two expressions, and I'm going to factorize each expression. So I'm going to factorize the 9x squared plus 6x. What can I take out of there? I can take out 3x, gives me 3x plus 2. Now, when I factorize the second expression, I don't really mind what I'm going to put outside it, but I want to end up with 3x plus 2 in my bracket. So I'm going to have to pull out just a minus 1, aren't I? Yes, I am. Good. Okay, so now I can look at this and I can say I've got 3x, lots of 3x plus 2, minus 1, lots of 3x plus 2. So altogether, I've got 3x minus 1, lots of 3x plus 2. Okay, right. If you want to do some practice, then have a look at the later films and there'll be some practice questions for you. If you've got any questions or you want me to explain something differently or you've got any comments to make, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments.